Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
This morning we're leaving Hanoi and we're going to Hong Kong. We've had about an hour's sleep. Kids, this is just an elevated exhaustion. She'll have a dump in a bit, and she'll have an energy dump in a bit. In a while, she'll plummet. So we're leaving Hanoi, going to Hong Kong.
I'm very excited.
She's very excited. I'm tired. She's doing me in already. So that's it. So come along and we'll show you as much as we possibly can. Remember, it's a communist country here, so you can't use your camera a lot. So there might be nothing, but we'll have a look. See. All right. See you in a while. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We arrived in Hong Kong yesterday afternoon. We eventually got into the hotel. We'll tell you the palaver about actually getting here. So we've booked a suite in the Dorset, haven't we? That's where we are.
Yes.
So we're just going to go for breakfast. I'll show you what the breakfast's like, and then we'll show you how the day pans out. Okay? Don't we look nice and fresh? Okay.
Bye.
I was always under the impression, even before we came here, that Hong Kong was a busy place. Skyscrapers, very much like a Singapore on steroids. Look at this. Well, we've just come across this place. We've come across a proper pub, haven't we?
Yes, British pub.
A British pub. It used to be the old officers' pub. Have a look at this. Where I do this, not wrap rounds, look round. I'm not allowed to say wrap round anymore because it means something different. But have a look at this place. It is cool. Right, so we've been out all day. As you can see behind us, we're now at Star Ferry. Is it the Star Ferry? Star Ferry, isn't it?
Star Ferry, yeah.
Star Ferry, and we're going from
Central Hong Kong Island
to
Chim Sao Choi.
Chim Sao Choi. Can't even spell it. And then, is this Kowloon or is that Kowloon?
That's Kowloon.
So we're going out to Kowloon. So as you can see behind me, lovely little quiet spot we've got to as well. Again, it looks like a Fraggle, and Kate looks like an Oasis. An Oasis band. Inspector Clouseau, I like that. I just love that. Right, so we'll see you later. We'll show you some bits off this ferry, see if it's any good. Kate said it's amazing. We'll see. Alright, bye.
courtyard, which is like the underground, and I've just got some pork and prawn dim sum. They cost $19, it's 10% converts it to UK, so it's about £1.90, and they're absolutely divine. Gotta get a trade. Bye. Kate's laughed at me because I'm warm. Right, we're now joining the madness to go up on the tram to the peak.
Yeah.
The madness. It's the madness. Okay, we'll show you as we get up. Yeah, there is that. I love it when Kate brings me to these quiet little spots.
Well, we've been here 4 minutes and Kate found us a bar. Kate found the bar, I didn't find the bar. And she said, I must sit down. And although she's pretending to drink Coke now here, see what happens. That's Kate's. And that's
Jason.
mine, she swapped them. Yeah. That's what I'm going to put up with. Anyway, have a look at Temple Street.
健康跳舞，強效擊退黑臭汗味，死字就搞掂。
開始講 P4啦，咁當時咧就。
So, Jason,
Yes.
we're in Temple Street. We've
Allegedly.
stopped for something to eat at the side of the road. What have you ordered?
Some chili beef or something.
And have you got napkins?
No, I'll get a toilet roll.
But that's standard.
Yeah, I ordered chili beef about 40 minutes ago. The rice is sat here for 15 minutes, but I don't know. Maybe I crack on with my rice first. This is not the standing we've just been to a dive at the bar, and I'm talking a dive at the bar, super dive. And we've got 2 small lows and 2 small cokes. That was £22. Okay, and it was a dive. Everything in Temple Street, Temple Square, Temple whatever, shoot me in the Temple. It's ridiculously expensive. And it'd be cool if you're in Prada or Coco Chanel, you know. And we've just come from Vietnam where you can live for a week on 100 quid and eat and drink and be merry. Here, 100 quid, the only thing they'll show you is the door. Anyway, I'm grumping, I'm going to grump on about my 22 quid drinks. It wasn't even nice beer. No, that wasn't my food coming past. I'm just going to sit here in the rice going cold. Appetising a lot. Anyway, I'm going to grump on because it's 44 degrees. And I'm boiling hot and I'm sweating, I'm flamming, I can't get out to anybody. And there's too many people. And I like peace and tranquility. So I've got a proper grump on. And Kate's doing me head and keep talking to me. Anyway, I've got to go. I need to get a toilet. You know, so I bet suicide rates here are massive. I bet they're super high. Really, go away now. I don't want to talk to anybody. Turn it off. You just look it out. It's a sex object.
On our way home after our Temple Street night, Temple Street Market night, we've decided to get an Uber.
Yes.
Because Mr. Halliday didn't want another night on a train, did you?
I'm not doing any more public transport. I'm not built for public transport. I don't use public transport. It's for the unwashed and the loved.
Jason.
What? I'm elevated. I'm a high earner. I don't have to do that.
You're not anymore, you're retired.
So a high earner. I'm a gigolo.
So we've had a few prostitutes, well, we've not had a few prostitutes, we've seen a few prostitutes. We've seen a few cockroaches.
We've also seen a few stores what I did some, but you've not mentioned them.
No. I had a broccoli dish, which was just broccoli. And
Right.
Jason had some cold beef.
Cool. I ordered chili beef with rice. The chili beef was right. The chili was alright. The beef was freezing cold. And when I say cold, I mean out of a fridge cold, not just cold.
That was the dish that it was intended to be like that, we think.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed.
Anyway, we're on our way home now.
Yeah, I'm going for a cup of tea.
I've got a cheese and apple toaster waiting for me in our fridge.
No, you've not.
Have you had it?
You had a nap before, and I was peckish. Sorry. Okay, bye.
Bye.
So today, Kate's doing the navigating. So I've just asked her, we're on the Star Ferry going back over to Hong Kong Island, and I've just asked her, when we get off here, where do we go to? She said, we've got to go to the bus stop. I said, whereabouts is that? Meaning 200 yards to the left, turn right. And the instructions I got, it's over here somewhere.
Find it.
This is what I've got to put up with. Update. Kate has just done all technical on me and told me we've got to look for a big bus. A big bus. We're going to look for a big bus. We're going to look for a big bus. Just remember, wherever you are in the world, right, doesn't matter about your destination, location, just look for a big bus. That's it. So, you know, she nearly got a job with the AA, and I don't know anyone for alcoholics. Okay.
It's called the Big Bus.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is called the big boat.
No, this is just our bed.
No, this is called the big boat, and then there's a big bus, and then you have a big vroom vroom. Now we are now getting on the longest travelator. Is it an age? Travelator. It's like it's an escalator. That's what it is. It's an escalator. So we're getting on the longest escalator in Asia.
Not an escalator, got steps. This is a travelator.
See what I mean?
You disagreed with yourself as
This
well.
is
I think
what
there's a lady should
this
get
is.
past you.
Sorry, madam. So Kate fell out with me again because I kicked her foot, the foot she had in front of me, after she told me to move because somebody was trying to get past. Look, happy smiling face.
I've just spent 20 minutes in a supermarket and got you some PG tips, which you didn't know.
I do know.
Be nice.
This goes on forever. I could have a beard by the time Kate could have a beard by the time we get to the top. Okay? So we've just got to the top of the escalator, the mid-level escalator. Kate's just sat down now. Say hello to Kate.
Hello.
No, they say hello to Kate, and you say hello to them.
No, just say hello.
This is what I'm up against. Anyway, we've just got to the top of the mid-level escalator, and I just wanted to give you an update because we were incorrect earlier. We've given some bum information. It is not the longest one in Asia, it's the longest one in the world. It's 800 metres, elevating 135 metres. I know that because I've just read it. So if I'm wrong, blame Google. So we're going to start walking the steps back down because the street's off it either side, isn't there?
Yeah.
And we'll stop for a drink somewhere. Like a juice, not beer. Not beer, definitely not in this heat. It's ridiculously hot and ridiculously humid. What did they say this morning? What did it feel like?
It said on the weather this morning it felt like 40 to 42 because of the humidity.
I am literally wet with sweat because it's that humid. So I've got a spare shirt in my bag, so if you see me switch over, that's the reason. I just got clammy. Okay, I'm clammy now, but I mean over clammy. Have you got anything spare?
No, but I'm fine.
Oh no, she'll just want to buy something, won't she? Oh yeah.
I'm
All
not
right.
sweaty now.
Well, let's agree to differ on that one. Alright, see you in a bit. Well, we've only about another 14,000 steps to do. We've got to make our way down that road, and then down some more steps, and down some more steps, and down some more steps, and then down some more steps, and then we're a quarter of the way down. Right. We've now pulled over halfway down the steps because it's cooking hot. You can see I've changed my shirts because basically it was just like it come out of a washing machine. It was soaked, I mean dripping. Kate's now fanning herself, trying to cool down, and we've stopped at this little place for a lime soda. So we'll just try to cool down out to the sun. Alright, speak to you soon. So I've just been offered a window cleaning job, so I may be a while, because the place that I'm really doing windows on is that place behind me. Look at the height of that. Yeah, so I might be more than a couple of days. Well, we've travelled to Hong Kong. It was always on our travel plans because Kate wanted to come to Hong Kong. And the reason Kate wanted to come to Hong Kong is she was educated here many moons ago. So you can see behind us is the house where Kate was brought up, isn't it?
My teenage years.
All the teenage years are spent in this house. I mean, up to now, there's been about 70 fellas winked at her and said, "You've not changed much." I don't know, they must have been friends at school. But it's been nice walking down memory lane for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been lovely.
Yep, so we're now sat in the park, behind Kate's old stomping ground, and we're just going to chill for a while. So, come to Hong Kong, it's worth going. You don't have to go to Kate's house, there's a multitude of other things to see. Alright, see you soon, bye. And today we're leaving and we're going to mainland China. We're leaving Hong Kong, we're going to mainland China. So come along, see how we get on.
And we've had a great time.
But a terrific time in Hong Kong, haven't we?
Yeah, I loved it.
This has been all for Kate because she was educated here. Anyway, you can see there's a lift coming. Bye. Go on, pal. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This morning we're leaving the Dorset in Kwu Tung, Hong Kong, and we're going over to mainland China. We've got a train booked. We've got to be there in the next half an hour because it's a big procedure to get. It's a communist country, which is understandable. So we've got to go through them. Kate, I don't know where she's in, chatting away to the natives are doing summer. So I've come outside, 36 degrees already. It's 8:30 in the morning. It's warm. Anyway, we'll see you as we get through. See you in a bit.
for the bullet train. And when you go to Manchester, when you go anywhere else, and you go in a business lounge, you get food, you get all kinds of bits and pieces. I was complaining before about the Lonely Beef noodles. There's not even that. There's a biscuit. Just a biscuit. I'm not happy. This is what I've got to put up with. Look at her laughing behind me. Because I'm not getting out to eat.
Rather than the madness and trying to find our way around, we're sitting here, we've got a little number they've given us, and they come and get us in a cart, in a buggy, and take us to the train. I'm well happy.
I prefer to do it with spring rolls.
Two, one, action.
No. Doing 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are.
Hello.
We're back in the UK at the moment, so we're doing the tips, tricks, picks and peaks for Hong Kong. We're back in the UK for a couple of weeks. We've got some bits and pieces we've got to get sorted out, which we couldn't do remotely. So we've had to fly back from Asia, haven't we?
Fly back from Asia.
So
And get some jumpers.
yeah, because it's a lot colder here. Excuse me, I've got a cup of tea. Right, so to move speedily on, because Kate's got dinner on, the tips and tricks. Right, we'll start off with the travel and transport for Hong Kong. This is all about the Hong Kong video, because this is the Hong Kong video you're looking at. So, right, go on.
So first
You do
one
the
for me, the MTR is like the underground system. You can get anywhere, absolutely anywhere, on Kowloon or the island really quickly. You buy tickets at the station, you don't have to pre-book them. And it's a really simple system, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you found as well, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes.
That's it.
Right. Yeah. Only because Kate showed me how to do it, because obviously. Right. The next one on the travel and transport is a hop-on, hop-off bus. I know I keep banging on about it. I was dead against it for years, and I'm not getting on one of them. You look like a tourist. Absolutely fantastic. Gets you to go around everywhere. I've already put it in the video. Gets you to go around everywhere. You see the stuff you want to see. In Hong Kong, it is quite expensive in comparison to other places we've been.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe that's because Hong Kong is an expensive kind of city. But one thing to note, depending on the amount of time you're going to spend there, is they do them for 24 hours and 48 hours. Now, Kate went over and had a bit of a discussion with this lady, and we got one for 3 days, didn't we?
Yeah, she extended it for 3 days for us. Yeah.
So you can have a word, and they may extend it for 3 days. But as I put in the video, get one each day, or get it... You're not going to fit all 3 routes in one day. No way. There's just too much to do and too much to see. And you'll see it. There's 3 different routes. So have a think about it.
Yeah.
And where you want to go.
I mean, if you wanted to get on the the
big bus.
The big bus.
The
If
big
you wanted
bus.
to get on the big bus and just sit on the bus and do it, and and see everything and never get off at any of the points. Yes, you could, but you could not see all the attractions, could you?
No.
Not at all.
No. Right, so taxis. All the taxis are metered. Are they government owned then?
I don't know. To be honest with you, they've been red and white since I lived there 40 years ago.
So you guys can check that out yourself if they're government owned. But they're all metered, so there's not this scamming where it starts off at a price and it's a different price. What the meter says, that's what it is. They're all red and white taxis, as Kate's just said. And Uber also works in Hong Kong. We use Uber quite a lot now, and Grab, don't we?
Yeah.
So download that app as well. So that's kind of it for travel and transport.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Off you?
That's it from me. I think we've covered everything.
Okay.
Are we going to move on?
Yes. Accommodation. Right, moving on to accommodation. Catherine.
So, as you all know, I tend to research the hotels quite a lot before we go anywhere. My advice in Hong Kong, or certainly what we did, would be to try and stay outside the city districts. Because it's Hong Kong, whether this is on the mainland Kowloon side or whether you're talking about Hong Kong Island, it's not massive, so anywhere is easily accessible either by bus, taxi or the MTR. So for me, saying 10 minutes outside of the city district can cut your hotel price by a quarter. It made a huge difference. That would be my tip.
Yeah.
Anything from you?
Just research. A lot of the places don't have balconies. Just do your research of where you want to stay, because they don't have balconies. They don't have a lot of places. We like having a balcony to chill, don't we?
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't have balconies. So a lot of them do have smoking rooms. So check, if you're a non-smoker, make sure you're not on a smoking floor, because they stink. They absolutely humding, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do. Yeah.
You know, so
They have extraction and stuff, don't it? But it doesn't work properly.
it's like going in an old fella's house who smoked there for the last 40 years. They do smell, and you can smell them on the floors either side. So just make sure, as a non-smoker, don't go on the smoking floor. But do your own research. Make sure you research it properly. Anything else for accommodation for you?
No.
Okay. Go on.
So currency and cash. As you know, we've got Travelex cards, currency cards. They work in Hong Kong. We didn't have any issues at all, did we?
Nope.
With the Travelex
Nope.
cards. Cash was fine,
Cash works.
Yeah.
Cash always works.
but there's plenty of ATMs where you can get cash out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you had a...
Right, Alipay is one of the big things in China. Since China's took over Hong Kong, they've got a thing called Alipay in China and Alipay HK in Hong Kong itself. Unless you've got a Chinese SIM card, you can download the Alipay HK, but you can't use it. You can't get through the full process.
And what does Alipay HK do?
You can buy anything with it. It's very similar. What's the other one we use? Oh, I can't remember now. I know we got Alipay when we went to China, but you can pay for tickets on it. You can pay for more or less everything on it.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't get it unless you've got a Chinese SIM. If you're only there a few days, it's up to you whether you get a Chinese SIM and upload it. We found using the Travelex cards and the cash. Fine.
Absolutely. And all the research you'd done beforehand said get Alipay Hong Kong, didn't it?
Yeah.
So we did, and sort of relied on it when we first went there. Didn't work.
Didn't work. Won't work with a UK SIM. Don't know about other side, but if I remember rightly, the drop-down box give you the option: have you got a Hong Kong number, have you got a Chinese number? That was it. If you've not, you can't use it. Could be wrong. Someone else could know more. So that's it for currency, really, for me. Tickets and excursions. Right. As I've said in the video, what we do is we like to get the up-on up-off bus if they're available, go around everywhere. We already have a list of places we want to see, and Kate has a list of what she likes, what she wants to do. I have one for what I want to do, and then we align them. If we get the hop-on hop-off buses, we can dot it where they are. Are they 50 miles apart? Are they 3 miles apart? How quick are they? If we want to visit somewhere straight away, you can just drop a pin on your phone and then get off at the next stop and walk back. It's dead easy. But research where you want to go, because Hong Kong has a lot going on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hell of a lot going on.
Definitely. And I think the other thing is get there early. No matter where you're going in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
get there early.
Yeah. From 11 a.m. onwards, it gets busy. It's like people come out of the work at 10:30, don't they?
Yeah.
But everything is very streamlined and everything is very, very organised. There's no massive queues or anything.
It's just
is there?
amazing.
Yeah, but if you go at lunchtime, the heat's up as well. So we like to get there early doors.
Definitely.
Anything else for tickets and excursions for you?
No, I think so.
We're proper speeding through this now, aren't we?
We are, aren't we?
Right. Food. Go on.
Food, what do you say about food in any cosmopolitan city? There's every type of food available that you could imagine. Predominantly Chinese, obviously.
Yeah.
Restaurants, high-end to street food.
Yeah, and everything in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of supermarkets what stock European food. So if you get fed up,
eating out, or you want to stop in, or you just want something snack and something what tastes like home, there are supermarkets all over. They're great.
There's even a Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah, there's a Marks and Spencer's.
We can get pork pies from.
So you can get, it's not all, you've always got to eat something what's local. You can get stuff if you fancy, you know, just a bag of crisps or a pork pie. You know, you can get them.
Yeah, I think obviously, you know, I used to live there, and every sign, every menu, everything was in English as well as Cantonese when I lived there. I was quite surprised that now pretty much everything for the restaurants are in Chinese. There's not a lot of English, so we needed the translator, didn't we?
Yeah, you do need that translator on your phone. We've said it time and time again on every video. Download the Google Translator of one of the translator apps. Others are available. And download it so you've got it offline. If you've got it offline, put it on Cantonese, you can take the photos of it. In general, it works okay. Sometimes it goes a bit quirky, but at least you've got an idea. But if you're still struggling, ask people. A lot of people speak English and they will help you out. They are nice people.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
And what's your biggest one on food?
What?
This one.
Which one?
Look up.
Oh, yeah. Right, there's all these tower blocks. There's tower blocks everywhere in Hong Kong. And when you're going past, it just looks like a car park at the bottom. Right, when you start looking inside, there's like 6 or 8 restaurants in every tower block. So don't just think, oh, there's that one restaurant. There's not. There's absolutely everything in these tower blocks, isn't there?
Yeah.
They're everywhere. So make sure you look up. There's signs everywhere, but you've got to look up and see them. And once you see them, wow, there are some places to eat.
I think that's it for food, isn't it?
Yeah. As Kate has already mentioned, it's a cosmopolitan city. So you'll get like for like everywhere, won't you?
Yeah.
You seem to come across the same kind of things. Right, moving on. Phones and internet. Yep. Turn off your data roaming. From the UK especially, don't know what it's like in your country, it can be very expensive, so make sure you got that turned off. Most places have Wi-Fi, most places have free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And you had something about the hotels, didn't you?
Yeah, so despite what I said before about staying out of the city, if you stay in the city, a lot of the hotels seem to give you Wi-Fi dongles that you can carry around with you for your stay, which is quite handy. We didn't get one because we stayed outside the city, but they seem to advertise them a lot.
Yeah. But that was a big thing for us, wasn't it? That we wanted Wi-Fi wherever we were, especially if we were looking at maps and stuff rather than turn the data back on.
Yeah.
Because it does come in a big bill, what you don't... We're all right. We're not working on a shoestring budget, but neither do we want to go and spend 500 quid on data charges when we're somewhere for 3 days. Why spend the money? All it is just turn it off. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. The pits and peaks section. Right, pits. We'll do pits first. We'll do the demoralising stuff first. The stuff what we wasn't keen on. It doesn't mean we wouldn't go back, but these are the laws. So, what's your pit?
So for me, it was the food. I find, no offence to anybody, but I find Chinese food quite bland in general. And certainly in Hong Kong, there were very few sort of vegetarian options. And those that you get with meat tend to be hacked up meat, which I know is quite typical of Asia, but that's my pit. That's my personal pit.
Yeah. And it can't be wrong. If it's a personal pit, it can't be wrong, can it?
No.
Mine was also the food, but for a very different reason than yours. Mine is because we've spent the last 4 months travelling around Asia. We've been through Singapore, we've been through Vietnam, we've been here, there and everywhere. And if you look at the videos, you'll know where we've been anyway. I kind of got a bit aged out. There was no big novelty, there was no big wow factor for me. Like when we first went to Singapore and went in the food markets, it was like, wow, there's 1,000 people cooking 1,000 different things. When we went to Vietnam, it was a very different dishes. And by the time we got to Hong Kong, I think I'm kind of a bit aged out food-wise. When there was a different noodles with different stuff, and it was like, yeah, okay, I'll try that. Where the impetus had gone of, wow, that looks a bit different, or a bit strange, or a bit weird, or it looked very tasty. So the food for a very different reason. I can't blame the food for that. I can only blame the length of time I was eating that same kind of food, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think some of the street food as well wasn't as exciting as we thought it might be, was it?
No, I said when we first started off, I'm going to try everything as long as I don't have an issue against it. I.e., I will not eat dog, period. It's a principle. I won't eat dog. I won't taste dog. I won't eat in a place what has dog. I won't eat turtle and I won't eat dolphin. I won't eat stuff like that, but that's my principle. Everything else I want to have a try at. So if someone's cooking scorpions, I'll have a go. Someone's cooking, my own choice, you know, anybody else's political views can be theirs. But no, we didn't see it. I wanted to try the scorpions. I wanted to try the insects, just to try them. And we didn't come across any. Maybe we were there long enough, maybe we didn't go to the right places, whatever the reason is, it was a bit of a, I wanted to see that, I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
One of the other things, pits for me, which leads back to the research, is the heat and humidity. Every day, we get the report. Kate took great delight in telling me every morning, oh my God, you know, it's 42 today, but it says it feels like it's 46. Well, that sets your day off from 6:30, doesn't it? So every day it was super, super intensively hot and the humidity was through the roof. You'll see on the video, it seems like I've got 16 days in one because I changed t-shirts. I take extra t-shirts. I go into a bathroom, I freshen up, I wash myself down, I put a fresh t-shirt on. By nature, I'm not a dirty person, I'm not a sweaty person. So I like to keep myself as fresh as possible. But it did get to me, it gets weary.
It demoralised you a little bit, didn't
it was just like, oh God, can I just have a day where I'm not literally saturated and spending all my life in showers?
And I think just to add to this, because Jason, by his own admission, and me to a certain extent, you're not a shopper, are you? You're not high-end, you don't like going around Gucci and Prada and all the rest of it, do you?
Party with money! I don't need to play with money!
So a lot of Hong Kong, if you went and you like that sort of thing, there's massive air-conditioned malls that you could spend all day in. We just don't, because he doesn't like that sort of thing. So we spend all day out on the streets, and then it's too warm.
No, we do go in them shops, or you do go in them shops, and I stand outside and complain incessantly and make friends with people and get invited to people's houses.
That's true.
Honestly, so by the time she can walk in Prada and come out and say, I've seen a beautiful pair of trousers, and I'll go, yeah, and I've met a fella called Alan, and we're going to his house tonight for something to eat. So in general, she don't like leaving me outside the shop because I won't go, we just don't do it. So the heat and humidity got to me. Another one of my pits, and I'm going to
noticed they're all Jason's?
Yeah, but we have wrote them down, so we've been fair about them.
Yeah.
We didn't have long enough. We didn't have long enough in Hong Kong. We were there a few days, which everything you ever read says 3 days in Hong Kong is enough, 3 days in... No, it's not. No, it's not. It's nowhere near enough. Nowhere near. If you want to do the touristy thing, fly in, take a photo at the side of something and move on to the next thing and spend no time digesting it and taking in the place, yeah, you can do it in 3 days. But all you've done, you've just visited a place quickly. There's all kinds to do all over the place. The beaches, you know, there's mountains, there's everything. There's the city, there's going out at night, there's 1,000 different places to go to. One of my pits is we weren't there long enough. And that, all credit to the place, if it's got that much that we didn't think we did enough.
Yeah.
And we pack stuff in. We don't sit about, we don't lie at the side of the pool, and we try and keep occupied, don't we?
Busy every day, aren't we? And every night.
And that is a great pit to have. It's a great pit that there's so much more to see.
And I'd said to Jason for years, hadn't I, that Hong Kong isn't just a city, there's loads to do. But I don't think even you'd appreciated just how much there is.
Right. For anybody who's married out there, as a man, you'll know that as soon as your wife starts talking about something, after 30 seconds it peters out, doesn't it?
It doesn't, does it?
And it starts off as, when we go to Hong Kong, and then within 30 seconds it's, we don't take stuff in.
Okay.
We can't do that.
Obviously not. So we originally were going to go for 3 days. I convinced him to go for 5, and I think you said that was still way too much at the time, wasn't it? But even then, you're saying it's not long enough, aren't you?
Yeah. For me. For anybody else, 3 days might be long enough. For me, there's a lot more I want to see there. Remember, these are very personal, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that leads on to my last pit. I know it sounds like I've got thousands of pits. This wouldn't stop me going back. The pits are constructive pits, like not long enough. we spent too much time trying to fit everything in that period, which aligns with the last bit. We were rushing around trying to fit everything in, which was great, but you kind of burnt out when you're moving on.
Yeah.
And it was just, if we'd have had another 3 or 4 days there, it'd have been wonderful. We could have done it, and we could have done it at a nice pace, and it could have been relaxed. For me, and then I've got Kate who used to live there, with her historical knowledge, so I've got a million things going on. I've got lots of signs in Chinese which I'm trying to translate, and then I've got Kate going, oh, they used to do a little market around here, if you just walk around. So there was a lot to take in.
Bamboozled you a bit, didn't I?
Oh, God. Yeah, did you? I was thinking, would a divorce work in Hong Kong? No, I wasn't. But there was a lot to take in another few days that had done it well. So it's a credit to the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, peaks, moving on. Peaks
for me, very personal. It was just like a trip down memory lane. I said to Jason, as soon as we sort of got off the plane and got to the hotel, I felt like I'd gone home. I just felt really, really comfortable. It's changed. It has changed, but I just felt really comfortable. Massive peak for me.
Yeah. My peak is I just enjoyed it. I just genuinely, I wouldn't like to pick one thing because that'd be unfair on the rest, but I genuinely enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed going there. It sounded like I had a lot of pits before, and I didn't. Apart from the heat, they're all credits. Credits to the place. So yeah, I really enjoyed the place. Definitely enjoyed it. So I'm not picking a place. I'm not picking anyone. No, it was all of it.
Another peak for me was showing Jason around, I suppose. I'm going to be careful how I say this. I have mentioned it occasionally since I've known him, just how wonderful Hong Kong was. And I just wanted to show him all the places that, where I went to school, where I lived.
So just for clarity, one of your peaks is love showing Jason round.
Yeah.
I'm going to add another pit. Kate showing me round.
You wouldn't have seen half of what you've seen if I hadn't been there.
She battered my head. Honestly, I had it was like a brain drain. I got in bed at night and I'm thinking, But
it was the words of a lot of it, wasn't it? So I'd just reel off the name of a place thinking Jason would understand what I was talking about. And obviously it's not spelt the way you say it.
Kim Sa Choi starts with a T. And then, we've got to get to Kim Sa Choi, and then we go over to Mongkok, and from Mongkok we go to such and such. No, I'm looking at this, and it's not written even slightly phonetically.
No, Chim is TS.
TS, Chim. So I'm looking for someone that says Chim, and it's TS. So she's going, right, well, come on then. I'm going, where are we going exactly? And she went, well, there it says it. Yeah. Ugh. So...
So if you go, don't go with somebody who used to live there.
No, do. But just take some duct tape. No, it was a fantastic time, and it was all down to you wanted to go to Hong Kong, didn't you? Yeah. To revisit while we're down that way.
Yeah.
And you enjoyed it, didn't you?
Oh, it was, I did.
Really you enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, that's all what matters. This was for you, not for me, although I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, I'm not going with you again. I want to go back.
So would you go back?
Oh, that's a big question. Yes, most definitely I would go back. Most definitely. Wouldn't go with you. Definitely not. I'd meet you over there or something for an hour.
You'll be getting loads of messages, people asking could they go with you?
Yes, I'd definitely go back. And I'd definitely go back and take it a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Over more time. Would you go back?
I don't know if I would, to be honest with you. I really don't. I'm quite undecided. If Jason wanted to go back with me, yes, I'd go. But I don't know if I've scratched that itch for me. I've seen it. I've been back, and I don't know if that's enough for me.
Right, so that's top and bottom of it for Hong Kong. That's your tips, tricks, picks and peaks. What we found, remember, this is personal to what happened to us and what we feel. Nobody else. You could disagree, you could have been to Hong Kong, you could find it completely different, but remember, this is our personal journey, isn't it? It's our adventure.
Of course it is.
Right, so thank you very much. I hope you watched all the way through, and if it's boring as hell, I'm not even going to apologise. You've got an off button, haven't you? Haven't you? Could have turned it off at any point.
And where are we next?
Right, next we travel into China.
Make sure you tune in for that one.
May I suggest you don't? By the time I've took the swear words out of it, the video's going to be about 11 seconds long.
Well, you might have seen a bit of a grump on this video when Jason was eating at Temple Street Market. Yeah, he just went downhill from there, really.
No, I grumped on another level, honestly. Kate actually took me to one side. You know, she's very level-headed and she thinks things through properly. And she took me to a side one day and she said, Jason, you're going to have to relax a little bit because you're going to get arrested and put in prison.
Yeah.
So, I mean, rest of you might think that's a good thing. My diet would go well, wouldn't it? No, it might. No, it might look, I'd get Asian food. Right, see you all soon. Be well, be safe, be happy, be good.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.